Hi everyone, sorry my mic was muted. I forgot the reason. There's people farting right outside in really high-pitched volumes. What kind of soda did they drink? Hi everyone, it's Michiodai. And the Michiodai with 50 followers. A whole 50! This is like the 50, actually 51 maybe even. Oh. 52? 52 followers? That's two more than 50, that's crazy. Ooh, I can count that with my fingers. Except I can't because they're just knuckles right now. Yeah, so this is me, Cool Michi. Thank you for coming to the stream. I hope you guys are having a good day. We ate some like really good, like nice pork leg, like braised pork leg rice bowl. So that was nice. I was hoping there would be more veggie in it to make it a little less guilty, but yeah, that was guilty. But I mean, hey, I mean, eating the pork skin and all that is just like, you know, that does wonders for your skin, right? That's just gonna make it all soft and clean and nice, you know. So what do you call it? I don't know, the collagen, yeah. That's why you throw in the ramen. Ramen soup actually has collagen. Yeah, collagen. Yeah. For some reason, I was thinking of a word, and then Everluck just kept appearing in my head. I don't know why. Get out of my head, Everluck. My God. Yeah, you're stupid. Why were you in Jita's team? Get out, stupid animal. Like Jita from like, oh Gita. Alright. Sorry, Jita is from GBF. Yeah. No, I mean Gita from like Pokemon Legends. No, Pokemon Scarlet Violet. Yeah. I'm throwing you in for a ruse, huh? Yeah. You for a wild ride. Anyway, hello K. Yes. Collagen. Collagen. Anyway, yeah, I'm starting off the streams. I think I'll just start off the streams nowadays with just like, especially if it's my drawing streams, I just want to talk about like, yeah, this is my thumbnail. And just to remind people that like, this is my thumbnail. Because like the only other place I put my thumbnail is just on the YouTube VODs. I stopped updating my thumbnails on Twitch because those don't really matter that much. I feel like it's better off if they actually have a stream schedule, and like, I don't have a stream schedule. I should come up with like something a little bit more, but I mean, I gotta draw more Twitch assets and stuff, right? Waves back at... Hey, you can't wave back at me and like expect me to wave back. I can't wave. Like, hold on. Where is it? Yeah. Waving. Wave the body. Wave the body. Yeah. That's for you. That's for you. I wave back. /wave. Anyway, yeah. So today there's new Monster Hunter. Not today. Yesterday there was basically people came out from the closed door media whatever crap at Summer Game Fest, and like they're like, oh, they lifted the embargo on like the stuff they can say. So like, yeah, okay, the other articles came out. I see all the articles, but I think it's just the IGN article. And like I saw like Maximilian Dude also was part of it, so he got to experience that. Also apologies if I go in quiet, gone into Copy Factory. Oh, it's playing a good raid. Oh yeah, with the great music. Woo! Yeah. So yeah. Basically the closed door thing. Okay, I'll get I'll go into that in more details after it. Okay, so the main thing I was going to talk about today is just the MHwilds chatter, and this part, the reason I draw, and I think it's just something that I've been thinking about, but I haven't really worded it properly, so it come off it might come off a lot like a rant, more like I don't really have time to organize my thoughts that much. Yeah. Anyway, that's also a little bit of okay, no, I'll go into detail about later on. Okay. So today, at least for what we're drawing on stream, is we're drawing the meme. I did not intend for this to be a meme. I drew it and I was like, huh, you know what? It does look like it. It does really look like it. Honestly, like, I could really just pass this off as line art, but I really could, cause it's a pretty clean sketch already. I could just like draw this and like, I don't know what you guys think. Like, should I still have to line this, or like, does it look clean enough? Because this is gonna be pretty small. Well, might be pretty big too, if I draw it on a header and all that. Because I was thinking, unlike the previous one, the previous one was this, the follower pose. Like, if you give me a follow, you can see this, it pops up right there. Basically, I wanted to animate this, so I had no line weights for this, because it will be, if I had to animate with line weights, I feel like that is going to make me stressed out on a whole nother level. Animating is already stressed enough as it is. I was kind of recounting back, like, oh, how am I gonna animate stuff? How do I animate stuff? Like, back then I was like, it was really tough animating back then. And I wouldn't say I got better, because I haven't touched animating in a long ass time. So yeah, that's why I'm not adding line weights. So it's all very just, there's minimal line weights, a little bit here and there. But for the most part, it's all uniform lines. And it's all thin also, because I was trying to follow what like the Japanese animes have. So it doesn't fully translate well in terms of like icons and assets, because it's very thin lines. So like when you see it from very far away, it becomes a very globby mess, kind of. So not too proud of that. But for this thing, I'm not planning to animate this unless I live 2D it, but I don't really have any plans to yet. So even if I live 2D it, like me myself right here right now, you see me, I have line weights on me. Wait, do I kind of not, I don't really have line weights on me right now, but it's not very obvious, but there is, like, I swear there is line weights on me. Is there? my hair, you can tell there's line weights on my hair at least. But yeah, I want to draw it like that. Like, even if live 2D, even if I want to live 2D this, it's going to be fine with like line weights. Okay, so I will go through over this with like normal lines. I hope the music isn't too loud for you. Especially, I hope it isn't too loud for Kay, because she's playing Copy Factory with the cool music. What? What? Yeah, she don't really listen to me. Yeah. Why wouldn't she want to listen to a cool person like me? No, it's fine. Oh, okay, music's K. Alright. Hey, thanks, K. Sorry I had to like type down your rotation. Oh my goodness. I wanted to ask her like what's she playing as? Like, is she playing like a healer? So like she just weave in like bio or something, and it's just like, oh, okay, then she can type in. Oh, running to the next section. Okay, I see. No wonder. Just weaving it in. Okay. Yeah, let's keep to this brush size. I think this is enough. Yeah, so I don't really have notes for the Monster Hunter Wilds stuff as well. So I'll just try to remember what Maximilian dude said. Max. So he was in the he was part of this like closed door preview. It's a 30-minute apparently like it's a preview where they showed off like 30 minutes of live gameplay demonstration by the the gameplay director himself. And I think like the reason they didn't show this is because it's an unsteady build. And like apparently there were like, you know, bugs and stuff, and like the game crashes and all that, and it's like, yeah, I can imagine, cause like, you know, I don't think they had a very good setup, probably, like, cause they had to come from overseas, you know, like if it was in Japan, it was like they're like a really like proper setup probably, and like, you know, it's on their home turf, they can just have that in. I don't know if they flew any stuff, or like if they have a Capcom team in America for that. But yeah, so it was supposed to be an unstable build, but they wanted to show off what they had. It's just that they don't want to show it off to the public. There's no recordings or any no legal recordings. I hope there's no illegal recordings as well, but sometimes these things can happen. I wouldn't want to look at the illegal recordings. I just want to keep it like hearing Max talk about it was enough for me. I was just like, him saying it, like it was really descriptive, and it was just like, it was so clear for me. I was just like, I could imagine that gameplay in my head, even though I wasn't. Oh, she's running as a red mage. There will always be illegal recordings somewhere. No, wait, that insinuates that like there's an illegal recording of me. No. So, oh yeah, red mage. Huh. Hope you don't have to. I mean, if you're rezzing someone, it's just gonna be dual cast res. Well, easy. I'm just assuming. I kind of wonder how the players are in FF14 now. Like, are they still dying to shit in Cockpit Factory? Cause like that should be funny. I imagine at the second last boss, like seeing people die. Sometimes in Alliance raids, like especially the old ones, like seeing like when you do the mechanic correctly, after you see people die, that's just kind of. I mean, for me, I'm just like, and then when I die, I'm just like, oh yeah, they're probably laughing at me, that kind of thing. I'm like, yeah, it's kind of like, oh, embarrassing for you. How embarrassing for you. Ooh. At least that's for me. Kind of toxic. So yeah, for the MHwilds media, like behind closed door media, like it's unfinished build. I mean, of course it's unfinished. They still, like, it's, if they were confident about it being like if they had a build that they were confident in, they would have like recorded a lot of like more gameplay trailers and all that, and even like said release date. But till now they don't have a release date. It's crazy. I feel like we can expect it to be next year, end of the year maybe. I don't think they'll want to cut it so close to like, I mean, it could be literally 1 year from now. I don't know how much they have done, but from what Max said, I think the first thing that he said, like, let me try to remember how he went through it sequentially. Basically in the 30 minutes, how it started is that you are in a sort of hub, you appear in the, like, this hub world thing, and like the characters are there. Your Pelico, there's Gemma, and the handler. Yeah, there's no name for her, right? I don't think so. Sorry, give me a second. Let's sneeze. Sorry. I sneeze. I just bathed like not very long ago. Then yeah, the handler was there. NPCs were there. It's a hub world, and it's a hub world. It's kind of in a desert area. It's like a village, and the hunter opens up a map, and apparently like it's a very detailed map. I went to take a look at the IGN article, and apparently like it's a 3D map. I'm like, wait, what? Like, it's not like a flat map like what we're very used to. It's like they show like 3D map and stuff, and I'm just like, And according to Max, like later on also, like later on the demo, he said that there was a lot of verticality in the maps, which is I got molested. You guys didn't see that. It was invisible hand. It was means. No, I'm sure there's an illegal recording of that. Make that shit legal. No, catch a red-handed. Wow. Yeah, according to Max, there's a lot of verticality in the maps, which is interesting because, like, yeah, I think no one really talked about it. That, like, you know, I mean, there's really not much to talk about. Like, from what we were shown, the most that we could see of the verticality was that, like, there were caves and there was a sinkhole. But the thing is that, like, because they say it's a scripted event, they say that it's like it's a scripted cutscene thing, so we don't know, like, is this, like, as gamers we're very used to be like, oh, okay, if they say scripted, that means this area might not be used in the end. Sometimes it just be like that. They will use a scene, like a background, just for a cutscene, and that's it. Okay, I do remember. No, I have like a thing here. Yeah, so first is a 3D map, and then on the map apparently that you can see the Doshaguma. Like, so they were like tasked to hunt the, no wait, they weren't even tasked to like hunt the Doshaguma. The Doshaguma was on the map, and the player highlighted the Doshaguma, and upon selecting the Doshaguma, they saw a bunch of like quests that were tied to this monster, basically. Yes, and that is like I guess they selected a quest from that list, and then, like, so quest accepted, and that is when they get on your mount, their sacred, sacred, it's just secret, man, it's just secret. They get on their sacred, and they just ride off right from the village. I thought, like, oh, okay, so it sounds like basically what Monster Hunter World, you know, we just grab onto the flying drake and it's just like we go through a loading screen and we go off. Like, no, apparently no, it's not. There's no loading screen. There's no loading screen. It's like it's like, for example, like Legends Arceus, like you have like this camp that you start at when you enter the map, this area, and after from there you just go off. Like, you can just jump on your mount and just like ride off, and like that's how it is for like Monster Hunter Wilds. You can just ride off from the camp right there and you're just straight in the area. So I think like that's crazy, because like literally that is the open world that I was thinking of. There's like, oh, no loading screen. Like that is how they, like, that is the aspect of like open world that you have there, and you have the choices, you know, like you don't have to go to a quest board to accept the quest. You, from the map, you just select the monster that you see on the map, and then from there you have an objective. You can go ahead and do the objective. And I think I'll skip ahead and just say first that eventually the player did finish the quest, and the moment they finished the quest, they got a quest complete like pop up, you know, like, oh, quest complete, but then they weren't forced to load to like a quest reward page. No, I think there was a quest reward page. It's just that you don't get out of it. You don't return to the village. You don't return to the HQ or like Astera or anything like that. You just, okay, task is complete. Time to carve the monster. Time to do whatever there is. You're just on the map. That's it. So that's me skipping ahead. Basically what followed on was that they were on the mount, and like the player was basically going around just like using the new hook claw and grabbing things from like really far away, and like it's just like choop 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 choop. It's just like just eat it all up. And I was just like, wow, it's amazing. Like I thought it was kind of lame at the beginning, but like I think hearing about this, I was just like, you know, that's a really smart way for like ease of use. Cause last time in your Palamute you had to or like in the previous mounts in like Monster Hunter, you had to still be on your mount, go close to the thing, and afterwards you could press circle to mine or everything like that. But for this one, you could just use the hook claw and just grab and yoink things wherever you are. Like when you're on the mount. And that's nuts. It's just like gathering. It makes sense because it's such a vast expense. You want to be able to like have access to all these things like really quickly. So it just makes the gameplay way more streamlined. So they eventually find the Doshiguma, and apparently there's like a whole herd of them, like a pack of them, like there's a lot of them. So first thing, the hunter takes out a ghillie mantle, and that confirms that, yeah, okay, mantles are back. At least the ghillie mantle is back. So to the end, it's like, you know, this feels like, yeah, like Max was saying that like it really is a, it feels like a sequel, at least gameplay wise, to like Monster Hunter World, where they actually took like a lot of the elements from Monster Hunter World and they just made like improvements to them, which is different from the other Monster Hunter games, because for each Monster Hunter games there's a little bit of it's a little bit like Pokemon in the sense where like there'll be different gameplays that sets each Pokemon game apart from each other. And for this one, it feels like, no, they took world stuff and they actually built upon it and they improved it. I mean, still soon to say improved, because like the mantles returning is like, it's even I'm like not too like, I don't like the mantle system all that much because I have cool armor. I don't want to rely on the mantle and I want to see my armor. So basically like people didn't like it to the point where like there's actually a mod in Monster Hunter World where they can, like on PC, where you can like hide the mantles. Sounds like a good QL update. Yeah, it's a good like expansion on like Worlds in a sense. So they find the Doshiguma, the hunter puts on the ghillie mantle, and like basically how they start off the fight is that they actually have oh wait, no, before that, another interesting thing while they were traversing like the wilds, there's points on the map which they can go to and then they can set up camp. And this is literally what I talked about last time as well. It's like, this is the thing I was thinking about. It's like, it's a forbidden land. There's like maybe like villagers and stuff, but like how much of there would there be? Like, can you set up base camps the same as Monster Hunter Wild, like last time, where they just existed like forever? And apparently like this camp that they can set up, like it's kind of funny. It's like, oh yeah, so you can set up camp and like some pellicles will just come out of nowhere and they just, with no resources whatsoever, like they will just start building and stuff. Like apparently like when you left the village, it was just you, your mount, your weapons, your pellicle, and the handler was with you, and that's pretty much it. I think it's so cool that the handler actually like follows you out to camp as well. Then what was it? Yeah, so apparently they showed in that demo that the camp is actually destructible. It can be destroyed. So it's more of a temporary shelter and a fast travel point that you can set up yourself. So hell yeah, it's this Monster Hunter open worlds is open world. Like you are able to set up these like fast travel points yourself, and like you can choose to like, if you have a 10 debtors, you can like, it's a kind of bit like Final Fantasy in a sense where you're like, oh, but you have a save point debtors, you use a tent to like, you know, heal yourself up, restore your HP and MP and stuff. Yeah, like kind of like that. So that's really cool. Okay, hopefully I don't miss anything. The Doshiguma fight, how the hunter starts it off is that they use Gilly Mantle to actually sneak up on the Doshiguma and deliver a sneak attack. A sneak attack in Monster Hunter is in Monster Hunter. So like, yeah, that's cool. That's crazy. Like, it's interesting in that sense where like you use the mental, like finally there's more of a use for Gilly Mantle where you can have this approach to it where if you have a Gilly Mantle in your equipment, you can approach the monster with a sneak attack and deliver a massive blow. Besides that, I think Max was saying that the hunter was actually... The hunter... I can't remember if it was at this point, but like the Max was saying that like the hunter, like he saw like action with the hammer, the insect glaive, and great sword, and the great sword is what the player was like using. I'm not sure about the other weapons, like whether that was on the mount as well or not. Sorry, give me a second, I need to sneeze again. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh. Okay, what else was there? So, previously I mentioned that it was in a pack. So, the thing is that fighting in a pack of like Doshigumas, like there's the main big Doshiguma and there's some smaller ones, but like even the small ones apparently like they're like really tough, and like it's really, I think it sounds really good, this system, because I made it such that like, you know, when we're fighting the Great Jagras back then in Monster Hunter World, it was kind of insignificant where it's like, you know, they just whatever little piece of shits. But this one's like there's like a whole pack of bears. Like you're not gonna do a good job against those guys. No heckin' way. So apparently, what the hunter chose to do is that they got the attention of the Doshigumas and then they led them to some of the traps that they have set up previously. So, no, I'm just gonna use this as reference. Oh, sorry. Yeah, so they led the Doshiguma pack into like a set of traps, and like it entrapped like some Doshigumas and stuff. Then later on they led the Doshiguma pack to Bahava Chakra like pack. I know I'm saying the name wrong. I just can't remember like what the actual name is. If you remember, you can mention it in chat and prove me wrong. But the Bahava Chakra like monster, the one that was like drilling through the sands in the trailers. Basically there was another pack of that, so they basically like led these two packs together so that they could fight one another. And like basically the Bahava Chakras like made a whole sand pit and stuff, and like the smaller Doshigumas got like sent to the Shadow Realm and like sent to like the sandy depths below. And then for the big one, he was like a lot larger and like bulkier, so he managed to like that Doshiguma, the main target, actually managed to stay on, which is like Keikaku Dori, I guess. So then as things went on, the storm, like the storm that you see in the trailers, the ones that make everything all go all like super dark and stuff, the lightning storm, it's so real. When like Max was describing it, he was saying, I think I missed it previously, but like the people in the village could actually tell you that like, oh yeah, watch out, there's going to be a lightning storm like approaching, that kind of thing. So the lightning storm actually engulfed like both the hunter and the Doshiguma. And according to Max, it was really like what it was seen in the trailers. It was really crazy. Like the lightning was hitting everywhere. It was hitting monsters. It was hitting the hunter. It was hitting everyone basically. And what was it? Let me try to remember. I'm starting to remember some stuff with the mount, but I can't really remember specifically what. I think I might have like glossed it over when I was listening to Max. It was something like the mount traversing, or like I don't know, but eventually the hunter got off the mount, right? The lightning wyvern that we saw in the trailer actually did appear, and like it was like attacking the Doshiguma and stuff. I think I don't know how the closed door gameplay was like demo was like done, cause like he said that later on like he saw, oh I think like some people got a hands-on like try at it in the game, I think, and so he actually saw some people try it, and basically for some people like the lightning wyvern like came to them, and instead of just attacking the Doshiguma, they like got really attracted to the hunter and like started chasing them everywhere throughout the storm, that kind of thing. So that was like it was kind of like interesting that like there was like these two different separate scenarios that could have happened. Yeah, and for the combat itself, off the mount at least, they showed like even Max is a little bit unsure like how it actually works, but like basically how the focus mode works is that you are able to like just I feel like it sounds like it's kind of just a lock-on, which is the usual, but you can lock onto specific parts of the monster, and like it's even better for bow gunners because apparently you can lock on and you can just fire right like that. You don't really have to aim down and like manually aim if you want to, which is really interesting. I don't think I would use that because like I know auto aim is like interesting, but maybe for certain bullets. Sometimes you want to like, if you're targeting a certain part, sometimes the monster will like rotate around and like, oh, I was aiming their right leg but they rotated around so that I have to shoot their left butt cheek, that kind of thing, and that's not what I want. Like that, for example. I'm not sure about that come into play, but for melee weapons it was like just lock on and you go, and yeah, so Max saw like, oh, the great sword could do this, like hold stuff with their like monsters back and all that. There's basically like those are what they call like clash moments that can happen throughout the fight, where you can clash with like, you know, even a heavy bowgun. You could like the Doshiguma would try to like eat you in his mouth, and just like you could stick your bowgun in the mouth and like you go hold it off, and just after some time you just like, I think if you button mash enough or something, then you can like fire off a big shot into like the Doshiguma's mouth and just like really hurt it and stuff. I honestly I wonder how often this happens, because I wouldn't want to button mash a lot during hunts. Yeah, I like quick time events are like cool and all, but I'm not too big a fan of them, like if it's so like excessive and constant. Like at least with Detroit Become Human, like it was like, you know, you had a lot of story sequences and investigations and stuff. You weren't really button mashing through everything in one shot. Like you only have like very few sequences, like maybe the final sequence where in Detroit Become Human you have to mash and all that. But yeah. Another interesting thing, they defeat the Udoshiguma, and you don't phase through the body. In fact, like you defeat the Doshiguma, right? You can walk on top of the monster. You climb on top of the monster and you start carving. So Max was like, I don't know if that's a thing where you specifically choose a part to carve, and does that give you certain rewards or whatnot. It's unsure, but I mean, maybe it's not. Maybe it's just they actually set on the they maintain the collision on the monster, and they basically allowed the hunter to be able to climb on top of it to show that it's really there. And because when you're phasing through the monster, it's very like hee hee ha ha, this is a game, that kind of thing. But this helps with the immersiveness, so that's really cool. Interesting thing is that eventually the storm, so like I said earlier on, the moment you defeat it, you get the quest complete screen pop up, and after you just go straight into the you just go straight to where you left off. So you don't return back to the village, you don't return to the hub world or any tent or anything like that. Just straight from there. And what's good about that is that the moment the storm actually went over, and this is the thing in the very first trailer for Monster Hunter Wilds, I was thinking whether it was just a very weird effect, a very weird intended effect of them, but I think in the very first trailer, when the lightning storm passed by and it passes, is gone already, there was this cloud of sand that was rolling up after the storm was gone, and it just changed the plains, the desert plains entirely. And I was like, oh, that's weird, I wonder what the intention for that is. And apparently the intention for that is that is the seasonal, quote-unquote seasonal change in Monster Hunter Wilds. So basically during the lightning storm is when there's a scarcity of resources or whatnot. There's a scarcity of resources, and then after the lightning storm, it's as if it's spring, and then all the flowers, the plants and all that just come back to life, and you can harvest them again. It's it just starts harvest season in a sense. So that's a really interesting mechanic. I don't know if there's some time. It's is that lightning storm some time portal or some kind of weird shit? Is it related to the sandstorm from the Monster Hunter movie or some crap like that? Oh my god, terrible. After lightning storm, you see freaking Mila Jovovich over there, god damn it, go back to your home planet. And I think that was pretty much it. So yeah, I think the most notable stuff is just basically the very open world factors that they have. Is that when you take quests, you don't and you take off from the village to the quest, it's you're literally doing it literally by foot. You're basically flying off or running off to the ancient forest from Estera, for example. So that's really interesting, and you can set up these temporary tents, which are your checkpoints and stuff, so that's really interesting as well. There's I want to see more people talk about it, but I think a lot of the people right now that have been saying stuff is people like Max, who is been I mean the only person that I've heard about it like talking about it who has actually been at the event is like Max so far. I don't know if there's anyone else, because it feels like when I go on YouTube, it feels like everyone else is just reviewing the IGN article and like what other people say rather than being there themselves. So I kind of just want the first-hand account on it. For me, I'm just reviewing it and just sharing with you guys my excitement for like Monster Hunter Wilds, and that like, yeah, it's really, like I said, like they definitely have a lot more up their sleeves. Like you guys, it's too early to pass judgment about whether the Monster Hunter Wilds team, they've forgotten like the beauty of like Monster Hunter and stuff, and like now they're just creating like scripted events, and it's just gonna be like very one narrow path for like the hunter to choose. And I'm like, no, I don't think they're like that. If anything, it's really cool that they make it cinematic as well as like including all this open world elements to it. I think that's really cool. It just makes it like, it's Monster Hunter Wilds, but it may as well be like Monster Hunter RPG in a sense. It's like what, Xenoblade or some crap. Gosh. I'm just thinking like how crazy it is. Like the amount of monsters that can fit into the map as well. It's a lot. And like I think it was like already like these small little things that like people don't really seem to give much of a hoot about, but it's just like, yeah, no, you have to take note that like these monsters are in packs now. These monsters are in like, not like tiny monsters like, oh, like Jagras and like great Jagras, that kind of thing. It's more like you have like 5 great Jagras together, for example, and like that's a lot to put in. Oh crap. Another thing that I forgot to mention is that during the storm and during the fight of Doshiguma, the hunter set off a SOS flare, and they weren't connected online or anything. There was no other consoles. There was no other players there, or at least not that Max knew. So apparently what could be assumed that like the hunters that came forward from this SOF flare were actually like bots. These hunters were actually bots. And like, yeah, it makes sense that they actually went to revise that, because like they already had these bots in Rise. They had them in Sunbreak. They had them where you could, yeah, not Rise actually. In Sunbreak they implemented that, where you could bring NPCs along to your hunts, in specific hunts and all that kind of thing. So that was their test bit, and like yeah, they implemented it for this. It's so interesting. So if you feel squeamish about like hunting with other players, I guess you can play with the NPC hunters or something like that. It seems like bots for now. I don't know if there'll be like actually, I mean, it feels like there's more characters that like maybe might matter more, kind of like how with like Rise and Sunbreak, like they did focus in on like having like characters who can actually hunt as well. Like even the tea shop lady, like girl, like Yomogi, could actually hunt. She just like used a freaking heavy bowgun or something. Wait, she was using a heavy bowgun, right? Not a light bowgun? That tea house girl was literally lugging around like a huge cannon and shit. Oh my god. Yeah, basically in Rise you had these hunters which you could, that like these NPCs who could actually fight. Back then in World, like you don't have any NPCs who could fight. You had the captain, the admiral, the ace hunter, there's the longsword user, but I mean you couldn't bring them on in hunts. But now maybe you can because this is more RPG and like story driven. I imagine like you could create like bonds with like characters and stuff. Oh my god, if they had that, that's it sounds like they would try that, huh? It sounds like they would try that. Like, I mean, in Sunbreak they already had like character specific like hunts as well. So, and like they had their own stories as well. So that was interesting. And so they really could just apply it here. And like they had the AI for the bots to run on as well and to help with the hunts. And it's kind of crazy considering the AI has to function with this open world thing as well. It's like how would it work? Like if you and the Doshiguma has to like leave to a different part of the area, then like would the NPCs follow or not? Would they? Yeah, I don't know. But so in a sense, it's not open world. It's not open world like an MMO where like, oh, when you're traversing the desert, then you can bump into people. I'm not sure if that is still a thing. We don't like. We don't know if there's a how the online functionality will be like yet. We don't know like if you fire SOS flare, can you set it to be with actual players? I imagine it should be. There's no way they'll take that away. Since there's crossplay as well. So SOS flare, then like, does it mean that like, is there room to join and all that? Is there, can people, does everyone have to meet at like one place, like in Scarlet and Violet, and like start a room or something like that? Or like, can people see the flare physically in the distance, like the moment someone sets it off, and they can like choose to respond to it if they want to? Can we do that? Yeah, so this is really exciting news, and I'm really glad they had this. And I'm like, this is enough for me. It was already enough that like they had, I mean, okay, in the previous stream where I was talking about the trailer being shown off, like I didn't have that much to talk about because like I feel like we didn't get as much information that like we didn't have a lot of answers to the questions that we had. It was just like a lot more of the same thing that we saw in the previous trailer. Maybe with a lot more like, it's just showing like a bit more of the cutscene related stuff and the scripted events, rather than the free gameplay that we saw on like maybe the second trailer. Oh, yep. I'm excited because like according to Max, like we saw the Great Sword doing like some crazy shit already. Max was saying that like the hammer had like some interesting shit, the insect glaive had like some interesting stuff as well. I'm like, wow, yeah, like I wonder how like how gunlands and how the other weapons going to be like with this. I have no idea. But yeah, according to Max, it's the gameplay is, at least the fighting is not like Rise, which was a lot more fast paced. It's a lot more closer to World, where it was more of the traditional Monster Hunter, which is like way less fast paced and all that, more intuitive, more fluid. Okay, not more fluid, but like, you know, not really sluggish as well. It's just more controlled in a sense, less chaotic. Yeah, so yeah, it's like they build off from like their highly successful game, and like that's just a really smart move altogether. I don't know what to expect next. They are going to be showing off in Gamescom on August. I think it was August, which may not be that far away. I mean, I'm just gonna still keep thinking about Monster Hunter Wilds after this. Like, it's so juicy, all this information. I love it. Oh, I love it. It will be extremely nuts if, like, the Gamescom... Okay, the Gamescom one, they will... That's enough time. I'm pretty sure they will give a release date. It's already, like, past the halfway mark of 2024 already. They should give us some info, right? Like with the release date. And I think it would be absolutely wild if they still like show us like, okay, we have these new moves for all the 14 weapons, and at the last bit they're like, hold up, what's this weapon we have here? What's this new weapon? Like, whoa. I don't know, man. I don't know. I have no idea what new weapon they can come up with. I'm honestly like, Charge Blade and Insect Glaive were some weapons that I couldn't really think of. Like, no one, I don't know if anyone could predict that. Charge Blade was just such an amazing addition to the game. Yeah. And like, I mean, I'm very easily like appeased because like Gunlance was already like, to me, I'm like, oh, it was already in the OG game, but I'm like, whoa, this is so cool. Like, give me more of that. Give me like tonfas with like little tiny gun blades on them, like gun lances. So like every punch I make is just like pam pam pam, and I have to reload the weapon or something like that. That'll be nuts. Oh my goodness. That would be crazy if they revealed a weapon last minute. I wouldn't really bet on it. The next trailer will show our flagship, maybe. I think they will show our flagship. We'll see more of the Thunder Lightning monster. I want to see more of the mount. I still don't know about the mount. I still don't know, like, how is the gameplay like with... Like, do you fight while mounted or not? I'm still unsure. Like, what's stopping you from, like, fighting while mounted? You could just bowgun it, could you not? Yeah. Okay. So that's kind of about it for Monster Hunter Wilds. Before I go to the next topic, I do want to visit the Loo. But give me a second, I kind of want to finish drawing my eyebrow and all that. Save your work. You're right. Oh my god. Control S. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm just gonna bring this card in. Just like that. You know, I'll erase it off later on. Because I basically had these like here, and then I just like eventually I'll erase it off. I'll probably mask it off later. Maybe I'll just draw this out first. Sorry if you could hear any farts in the background. That's from the people outside driving their real horses and stuff. Wait, whoa. Hello for the raid. Hello, thank you, Neo Monstro. Hello for the raid. Thank you so much for the raid. Oh my god, new reactivate. Oh my god, do I gotta say that? Chrono Crew dive in, commencing smooch attack. What? Smooches in my chat. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for, and thank you for the for helping to shout out as well. Thank you so much. Oh my god. It's him. No, I didn't tell you about him, but like I think it was like this morning I was like I mean it's kind of funny how I found like Neo Monstrum. I basically found him through like this VTuber that I was following, like Miss Piper, and I saw she uploaded some Sonic sketches and I really liked them, and she was like, oh yeah, like I was like, oh my partner and my husband like was like at the back and like giving me like comments as well. I was just like, oh, like who is this? Oh, her husband's a VTuber as well. Let me check them out. I was just like, yeah, Tokusatsu as well. Yeah, and I saw like the outfit. I was just like, oh my god, oh wow, that looks so cool. And there's a henshin and all that too. They did a henshin. So it's like, yeah, I only just discovered like Neo Monstrum like just this morning. Thank you so much for the raid. Dude, you're really cool. Yeah. I'm sorry, I don't have a suit to like join you in like the henshin, but eventually I will. Eventually I'll draw a suit for myself and rig it, but that'll take some time. That'll take a lot of prep work. Your model looks cool too, really nice art style. Thank you so much for the compliments. That makes me really happy. That makes me really happy. Oh my goodness. Thank you. I hope you had a I hope you had a good stream. I didn't. Ooh. I painted in all this, but then I didn't paint it. You know, I should paint it in. This version of yours can definitely pass as a Riot Comments character. Oh wait, Riot Comments, is that like the gacha game that's coming out for the Kamen Riders? So, yeah, wait, yeah, you're right. Yeah, actually right. Yeah, because they don't actually fully cover the face for theirs. Yeah, yeah, actually that's true. That's true. That's true. I really could pass off as one of them. But yeah, eventually I want to henshin into like a full suit. But I gotta work up to that. It's kind of a lore important moment as well, but I probably wouldn't like wait until that lore important moment. I want to henshin. Yeah. Hope you had a good stream and like hope things are going well for you. I just finished talking about like Monster Hunter Wilds. And I'm just drawing Twitch assets and stuff. I just realized this eye is kind of should go down here. Is it good? Okay. Maybe there's enough. Okay. I also said that I wanted to go to the toilet, but I'm really in it now. I'll go to the toilet in a bit. Now I feel like finishing the entire eye first. I can hold it in. It's not that. TMI, I'm sorry. Toilet talks. Yeah, if any of you guys play Monster Hunter Wilds, I hope you guys are excited for like with the new info that we got. I'm excited. I'm really excited with it. Now I'm starting to lose what the hell am I supposed to do with this eye and all that. Oh god. Oh god. Oh yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you're still here, Neo Monstrum, but like, thank you so much for the follow as well. I was like thinking like, how come my follower count actually went up when I wasn't streaming? I just looked at my creator dashboard and like, oh wait, oh, Neo Monstrum followed me on Twitch as well. Yippee! Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hmm? Yeah. Yeah, they look so cool, right? I think it's like I was like wondering like if there were any like other tokusatsu related VTubers around. So I was just like looking around and all that. So I was really surprised to just like chance upon this like right after seeing a Sonic sketch. That was really interesting. Such a coinky dink. Um, I think there's like only one other. Like they aren't a VTuber, but at least not that I know of. I don't think so. But they do have their own comic series, and like I've been following them like recently. Like recently discovered on there, like they just chanced upon my TL because I guess it got recommended to me after I was like liking a lot of like Tokusatsu and Kamen Rider stuff. But they're called Kamen America, and like they have like comics and stuff apparently. I don't know. I didn't really read up too much about them, but it feels like they've been there for quite a while, I guess. So I thought like, oh, that's cool. In fact, like their characters even look a bit like myself, and I swear I did not know about them earlier. I swear I did not pick from that. I have like my sketches of Michi from like since my time in like university to back it up. I'm I To be fair, they are not dated, but like you can date them by like I don't know, just carbon date them by the graphite on the paper. It was literally traditional paint, so like that's dated at least. But yeah, the characters like some of them look very much like myself. Um, hmm. One brings shadow, one brings the light. I don't know what to do with the eyebrows of mine. No, it looks so weird. Yeah, I'm just gonna color this in. Screw it. I can always like color mask this eventually. Eventually I will, so this is probably fine. It's more like if I care about adding more shade to this, which that's not really my style. I know some people actually do add some gradient to their eyelashes and stuff. I don't think that's what I would do because soft eyelashes aren't really my thing. I go at it with like really angular, like dark blacks and all that, and like a really angular look to my drawings. At least I hope it comes off that way. I'll keep the eyelines thin for now. Actually, oh, wait a minute. I didn't... Yeah. How do I get out of this? How do I get out? Oh. Okay. Yeah. So I realized that I didn't give like Neo Monstrum like a follow after like they followed me. I'm just like, oh shit. Oh crap. I need to follow back. Okay, I know I finished the eye, but like, give me a second. Just. I just want to keep drawing, man. Just hold on. Ah. Oh my god, yo, shoosh. Still here. Did you rig your model too? Yeah, I actually rigged it with like the free version of VTube Studio. So it's kind of limited, but I worked with what I have, and it's honestly, it's a little pixelated if I enlarge it, but that was me being stupid with like the dimensions. I was thinking like, oh wait, I don't want to make it so big, and I ended up being extremely low res. But yes, I did rig my model myself. So eventually I'll be doing that for my 2.0 as well. Oh, you did the same for 1.0. Yo! I wish we could do like the friggin' that like the ultimate handshake from like Full Metal Alchemist / like the first Predator film with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like that shit was just like, hell yeah. Hell yeah. I stopped rigging after that though. Oh no. Yeah, the Armstrong one. I wish like that's just me now, like just like this is my emoting to you, like yeah. Tokusatsu VTubers and had their models rigged, like rigged their own models. Yeah, it's cool that it's really cool that you managed to rig it. You know, like a lot of people like, I mean, no, actually I feel like there are quite a bunch of people who do like learn rigging themselves nowadays, but like it's really cool to see another person who done their own rig as well. I nod. Approve. That's really cool. Okay, does this actually line up? Ah. Should I do that? No, I kind of want to. Oh, I forgot my little two dingle dangles. By dingle dangles, I mean these two little things which kind of get in the way of the hair. Eek. My 1.0 only had a toggleable transparent mask like yours. Oh. Okay, you see, right? You have toggles. I do not actually have any toggles. I don't have any toggles at all. I didn't learn how to toggle them or like set that up. So yeah. You're cool. You have toggles. Michi Vault mask is something that will come later on. Later on. You see, I don't even know, like, I don't really know how to draw my eye as well. I feel like eye is such, like, drawing the eye and like figuring out the eye is like such an important thing, and I'm just like, I'm still not confident with how that would turn out, so I'm putting my eyes on hold and I'm just hiding them behind goggles right now. Don't perceive. I do have some ideas for that. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm like, okay. Okay, I need to go toilet. I need to go toilet. Glares at you. I don't have a be right back screen, so I'm just gonna have like a my soul's gonna leave my body for a second. Goodbye. And I'll mute the mic. Alright, remember safe work. Yeah. Let me go to the toilet, man. Ah, okay, I'm back. Min's hijacked my model for a bit. She took over my body. I feel so violated. Ah. Oh, hold on. What was it doing? Okay. I'll just continue the hair. Okay. So, onto the thing that I wanted to talk about with the reason to I draw. I made it. I basically worded it kind of like, you know. I mean, it sounds so serious. Oh, which it is. I want to take it with seriousness, but also it's something that I've been thinking of because one thing is that I'm discovering like more VTubers and stuff, so I'm just like I'm reiterating why I started this and all that, and like just like solidifying, like, you know, why, kind of like just like thinking of like why am I here and all that, you know. And another thing is also that I am actually at the point where I kind of just want to talk shit about AI. Like, I've been putting it off for a long time because I was like, I don't really want to talk about it right now. If I do, I don't have any organized thoughts. In fact, right now, I still don't really have organized thoughts, but like, with how it is like recently, I kind of want to... Not really like how it is recently in like the greater side of things. Like, it's more like personally what has happened recently with me. So it kind of started off with like just talk about AI and stuff. The kind of sucks because like I have like colleagues in like my workspace who like really talks about AI and all that, and like they're like, you know, they're techies, they like that, and like they would suddenly talk about like, oh, have you guys done this investment and stuff, like literally no, I'm not shitting you, like literally they just like, oh, do you invest in this thing kind of thing? I'm just like, I don't do investments. I just don't, man. I see the better things in life. I just try to keep on a... because I don't want to like create any animosity between me and my colleagues, and so I don't really want to rant to them about it and like push my views upon them. I'm like, if they are okay with the AI, then like it sucks, but I'll just put up with you, just don't push it onto me, okay? If I had my way and were outside of work, I would probably talk so much crap about you, but... and so here I am, talking crap about them. But basically, I'm just really tired of hearing about like, oh, have you heard about this AI thing, and like, oh yeah, now like, oh, what, Stable Diffusion's having a new model or something like that. And apparently, according to my colleagues, it's kind of sucking right now, so that's great. And besides that, another thing is like, you know, my dad-in-law like not knowing how to really see AI pictures and like differentiate what's AI and what's not, and like him basically like using some AI images sometimes, and like he's saying like, oh, I didn't realize it was an AI image. I guess AI is everywhere. I guess you can't really avoid it, that kind of thing. To which I'm like, yeah, I didn't reply to him. I didn't want to engage in anything. I feel very tired about everything, and like I don't want to talk about AI until like now. I guess it's just been like for a week. Like this all happens within 1 week, and like I see so much shit. And I like, what is it? I'll be transparent. I won't say where I work, but like where I work, they do say that if you want, we do have a subscription for like to use generative AI and stuff, and like the company does sort of pride themselves on some AI developments and something like that. They did tell me that before I joined, so I had the choice to not join if I wanted to. They also told me that like, if, because I asked them about it, like how, like would you make it mandatory for me to use it in my workflow, because I work as an artist, and this company that I'm in, I asked them like, do I have to incorporate it into my workflow? And they said like, you don't have to, but if you find that it makes your stuff like, you know, it's easier, you find it easier to work with it, then like we have the resources. So I'm like, okay. The thing is that they're paying me well enough. They're paying me well enough And also because I did lose my other job, so I am literally in a I am in a desperate need. I'm not doing this out of greed. I swear. I'm like really doing this out of a desperate need. I do need a job. And like in our country, we don't really have that much job opening for artists, honestly. Our country very readily accepts like AI. They have no stopping against it. There's no shout out against it. There's absolutely none. So this company is like that as well. At the very least, they have chosen to hire me and not just say like, oh yeah, can you just use this robot to work? Do you know how to operate this machine to work? That's it. Like no, they still ask me for like to like draw and all that. So I'm still happy with the company, and I hope like things will kind of stay this way. Either way, I've been in this company for just a very small bit, so I am a little bit worried at the same time that things might take a turn for the worse. Like touch wood that like, oh, some bad things happen, like say that I fall behind on work, or they feel that like I've fallen behind on work even though I haven't, and they say, can you pick up AI to make it better for yourself? And I would say no. If that's the case, that's at the point where I would say no and see like, okay, do they really want me to like do it if I want to continue my job? If not, that is, I will have to find a new place. It will suck, but I will find a new place. I'm really desperate. I don't know if I would. Honestly, I feel that working with AI is not something that is as easy as what people who use AI like think it is. Basically, my idea of like this incorporation of AI into like your workflow and stuff is something that's it's a story, it's a narrative that business people has probably sort of like thought up and stuff, you know, because they don't understand, they don't like, they may not have done art. I feel like most of them have not done art like professionally, so they don't really understand like what's needed for the job. They just think it's to produce something for them. Okay, I'm gonna take a jab at like business people, like as I feel like I always do for every stream. I'm so sorry if you're in the business industry, but please don't take this personally. But it's just that I feel that the mentality for business is, it's very extremely focused on the numbers and results rather than the process of things. I feel like that's their mentality. So that's literally the mentality of generative AI users, where what they want is the result, and nothing about the process excites them or like gives them anything of value at all. To them, the process is something that's pointless, and honestly, like they see like, oh, artists complain about the process as well, like, oh, I need to draw this for like 15 hours, my back is breaking and all that kind of thing, and they're like, you know what, we'll do artists a solid and we'll provide them this generative AI so that they can use it for their work, so that they can have like, they can say goodbye to their shrimping problems. But no, I'm sorry, I was born a shrimp, so that's not happening. The way I see it is that if I've not talked to anyone about apparently, like according to my colleague or like my boss, they said that like, oh yeah, I can ask, there's like someone in the company who has used generative AI in their processes. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know. I asked my friend who is an artist there as well, like, did she incorporate AI into her work? And she's like, no, I don't do that. I'm like, okay, thank God. I haven't asked yet. I actually feel very scared, but like, cause it's like the other artist on my team, but she's a 3D artist, and like, okay, maybe I'm putting out too much information, but basically, I feel like I don't think that she does. I've not seen it. I've not seen her do it. I think the only person I've seen use the AI is my boss, the person who I report to. Use it for like, say like, oh yeah, they AI generated this thing and they wanted me to like, they still wanted me to create an asset. They didn't ask me to like work on this AI image for it. They generated it just as a placeholder, and I'm like, okay, I think that's alright. It's as if you're like taking like a Google image per se just for a placeholder, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I guess it's okay. Like, eventually, like, I still had to work on it. Actually, I forgot about these small, I forgot about my hair thingies. Yeah, so I have no idea about incorporating it into my work process, and I feel that it's something that's just something that's brought up by like business people, in a sense where like, oh, you can use this tool to make your process faster. But for me, I don't see it that way. If I do a generative AI, I need to from my understanding, train it to be able to recreate something that is like possibly in line with what I've typed out. And even then, I feel like it might not come out with the thing that I want. And business people will be like, oh yeah, but this illustrator did it and they drew on top of it so that it made it faster and it came out of the illustration. And I'm like, okay, these people, when they do the generative AI, they have a very, very vague idea of what they want. It's an illustrator, and it's not illustrating something that, it's like, it's like, you know how you can tell when something is an NFT? Is when it's drawn with zero purpose in mind. Zero theme, zero purpose. It's just something very abstract. It's just something that looks good. That's what I feel about AI. That's why it's very clear to me when I see something online, I can tell that that's AI, because I don't feel any like human thoughts behind that. There was actually zero thoughts, like head empty. Not really zero thoughts, head empty for this one. It's more like just machines. That's all. And it's really sad. So yeah, in like that example to me about working into your process is very situational, where it works for that person. Of course it does, because they have no idea what they want. They just went in wanting to like, okay, I'm gonna generate an illustration that people will like, and like I will get attention for it, and then when I get the attention for it, then I can give them ads, and then there's like, oh, advertise to them like my brand or something, and like people will pay me for this fake art. So basically it's something that's not really bespoke, in a sense, not customized, not anything. It's very soulless, and like you can make it better by drawing on top of it and like, you know, giving it something. Yes, that's true. Sometimes it helps with if people are like, okay, I want to think of a no, okay, even then, right, I was thinking like, okay, if people use it like, okay, I want to generate an example for me to come out of a composition for an illustration, that kind of thing. And like, to which I say, you can very easily look up on YouTube and tutorials and whatsoever to think of compositions. You can find artwork that artists have drawn of composition and like the rules and like what makes an illustration have good composition and what makes the illustration look good. You can, yeah, like I was saying, like you can use examples that you like and just study them very simply and just realize that like, oh, it uses the 3/3 rule, it uses this, that kind of thing, the eyes are drawn to this points to that, the characters taking up this percentage of the screen. There's a lot of that thought going into it, and it's readily available. It's whether people want to give the time for it. And business people think that time, that there's no need for time, there's not enough time, I need money on my desk right now. So yeah, I don't think it's not something that I would like. I don't believe in it. I don't believe in incorporating it into this. And I'm not gonna go into like I'm not going to the ethics of it. I'm not gonna go into the ethics of generative AI, because if you're a sane person who can think, you will know for sure that it is not right. It is AI, generative AI is not ethical one single bit. If you can think and if you have any morals or ethics, then you should be able to tell. It makes common sense. It's the reason like we don't have, like I can't steal bread from a bread shop and call it mine. It's literally that. Like, we have this society built up, we have laws, everything about this is unethical, and like the only reason is being able to get away is because we don't exercise copyright as strictly as some other mediums might have. So I'm not going to go into the ethics of it. If we go into the ethics of it, then of course I would say yes, AI is bad. But what I'm saying right now, what I want to discuss about is that I do not believe in AI helping artists. That is what I want to discuss tonight. This is a tangent. And okay, so this is another thing, right? Artists are human. Artists are human. We make mistakes like this. We make mistakes where it's like, okay, I created a tangent here. It looks like this doesn't look very nice at all. It looks like that's creating a lot of attention here. There's a lot of tension here. It's not good. So we artists make mistakes, and for business people, they see mistakes as something that takes cost, and like effort equals cost, and effort equals time, and time equals money, basically. That's how they see it as. And I just fixed it just like that. And they don't want to realize that generative AI is flawed. They want to believe that it's perfect because the result that comes out is a fully rendered product that looks better than a lot of art out there. It does look better than a lot of art out there, but it has mistakes. It's terrible. Like, you'd see things out of place. You'd see, till this day, like, I saw my father-in-law like post the image and like the baby had like 4 toes, and I'm like, yeah, maybe that baby was born like with a disability. Maybe that's what it is. Absolutely weird. And it's like, it's it's in this age where it becomes a lot more apparent that, like, you know, people seem to just be very lazy. So like they'll be lazy for their own sake, in a sense where like they would rather just assume that something is good enough when they don't see the flaws behind it. Be like, it's literally the "there is no war in Ba Sing Se" thing, where like they know it's bad, or like they choose to believe that it's not bad because they want it to be good. And that's why I feel about generative AI users, that this is their mentality, that they just want to believe that the result is good, so they don't go ahead and look at these things. Like, I could point out to my father-in-law that yes, this baby has 4 toes, but it kind of wouldn't really matter, honestly, even if I say that. Like, it doesn't matter to him as a person who is not an artist, whether there's not, because like it was literally a reactionary image that he AI generated, or like, I mean, he didn't AI generate, he found it on the web, but it was AI generated, so it wasn't him who created it, so he wouldn't care about it. The use of that image was so inconsequential that it did not matter at all. And me being bothered about the 4th toe honestly does not matter that much as well in this context. That's extremely weird, man. Can you not see count the number of toes? But yeah, so there's that complacency, like that choosing to not see the evils, you know, the evils of AI. Yeah, I feel like that's honestly, like, I joke about that, but I feel that that's how the consensus is, and that's how the people think. For those who are for AI, what they want to believe in is that this is a technological marvel and it should be praised and put on the highest pedestal next to God, and that artists are gatekeepy and they should shut the fuck up, and we should break all their pencils into 2. Which is so funny, because then we got 2 pencils. Oh my god, I'm telling you, like, these people, like, they have common sense, is that they choose not to do that. And like, the thing is that it's something that's kind of inherent to people. I would say it's not, okay, not really maybe inherent to people, but more of like, it's something that people tend to do nowadays. And there's my gripes with society as well. I feel that society, I guess I'll just go into it right now. I feel that society is extremely hungover getting results and maximizing as much of their life as possible. And that's why, like, you know, investing is such a hot thing. The moment NFTs and like crypto came out, like, everyone ate that up as soon as possible. Like, they don't think about the repercussions when doing these things. They think about how much can I make out of this. This is a new thing, and even to this day, like, everyone will still do that. Like, even if the crypto market is bad today, they will say, oh, it's because we were a bit too late into buying the coins or the crypto, into investing into crypto. We lost the boom, basically. And they would blame it on that. They wouldn't blame it on themselves that they didn't do research, or like they saw it as, like, they didn't see it as a scam. They will not admit that it was a scam. They will say that because there are people who have made money from it. There are people who have made money to the point that they can retire at 20 or something like that, because of investments, because of all this kind of thing. But the thing is that the way I see it is that is one example. That one example is the person who has profited from this scam. It does not equate or mean that they are able, like, everyone can do it. It does not mean that everyone can do it. It doesn't mean that maybe the fastest people can do it if they are smart. They did the research, they know when to pull out, they know when to put in the money and that kind of thing. There's that. But there's a lot of people that put in the money and they don't understand what makes this product good. It's a little bit like my country's mentality where sometimes they would see a queue form and they don't know what they're queuing for, but they will queue for it because they know if there's people queuing for it, it must mean it's good. So I feel that that's the common thinking of people nowadays. Masters of queuing. Damn right. I queue also. I queue for like a mala. Wait, it's not mala? What? What are you people queuing up for? Damn. So I just think that this is because of the combination of two words. Hello Kitty. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Basically in our country, right? Sometimes McDonald's would have a McDonald's McDonald's would have a McDonald's collaboration. McDonald's would have a Hello Kitty like collaboration. One time they had a Hello Kitty x Yu-Gi-Oh collaboration. That was wild. And we joke about the Hello Kitty thing because basically what happens is that Hello Kitty would come out, like this collab will come out, and because Hello Kitty is such a popular character, people who don't care about Hello Kitty queue up to get the Hello Kitty toy as well. And the reason they do that is because they want to use it to sell. They see toys and cards and all that as investments, and it's their justification for spending spending into like things that don't actually matter. Collection and hoarding, yes. Like it's feeding into that that FOMO of like, I don't want to lose out. I will buy this and it will be returned as a good thing. I will keep it in mint condition. I don't care about Hello Kitty, but I know someone out there will pay $5,000 for this piece of crap. I'm sorry, Hello Kitty. You're worth it. I'm sure you are, but some people out there don't deserve you. You know, some people out there don't deserve you. What? Alright. Oh. Yeah. Okay, no. Sorry. Just inside thing between me and Mince. Or like something that I could talk about, but I totally forgot about it. What was going on about is like, yeah, it's just, I feel like the mentality of like a lot of people nowadays is that they don't want to lose out, they want to get everything as possible. It's the same as when COVID hit, and basically this is why everyone has this mentality. It's because wars are happening, terrible things are happening all across the world, society could break at any point, inflation is getting high, we are not economically like recovering, the yen is low, rejoice that the yen is low, but I mean stuff is bad, and when stuff is bad, people will actually spend more, contrary to popular belief of like, oh, people will save up. People will not. People will spend at hoarding and like getting everything as soon as possible, because the way everyone sees it is that like everything in the world is, I mean it is true lah. A lot of things in the world are finite resources, so everyone wants to grab the finite resource of tissue paper, period, toilet paper, period. That's it. Not even canned food, toilet paper. Like, that's how ridiculous it is. It's crazy. Like, sorry, just a small bit into like the COVID thing, but basically I find it so ironic that like people were like, oh, like when they saw zombie flicks and stuff, like, you know what, we'll never be as stupid as this. We'll never be as stupid as like these people who like keep getting bitten by zombies and stuff. Just run away, just shoot them, and like, oh, just the moment you shoot the first zombie, like, you're done already. And then the moment COVID happens, and you see the fucking sorry, excuse my language. You see the absolute destruction and chaos that falls in its wake. That's when I'm just convinced that, like, you know what? People just are actually stupid. Like, you didn't even need zombies. You just need a pandemic and people who just don't care. Like, people who are quote-unquote zombies going about and coughing into people's faces. And that's it. That's all you need. That's all you needed. You don't need a zombie. Like, when it's something like this where you can't shoot the person who first got COVID or something like that, then that's it. And like, people try to retort in that way where they try to kill the person with COVID. They basically saw like Asian people outside as people who brought in the COVID disease, and like they did that. I'm just talking about humanity, you know. Yeah, and this is why we don't dox ourselves. Cause I say stupid stuff like this, and I basically like call people stupid and stuff, you know. So people can have prejudice against one another, and it's them. A lot of the times I just feel it's them pushing the blame onto someone else that isn't them. And yeah, it's just a coping mechanism for a lot of people, and I feel that that's how do I segue this back into like AI? I feel that when AI was created, sorry, generative AI was created, it didn't, I don't fully trust into the narrative that it had good intentions in mind, where it was meant to help the artists. I feel like it was meant to help people who couldn't draw, and like that would be good if your technology didn't steal. But yeah, I think that what came out from it is honestly a lot of people with the mentality that like, this gives me access to things that I couldn't have done previously. I want more and more and more of it. And they don't, and because they're so blinded that like they're able to do so much, they don't care that it might be hurting artists in the result. Artists were a segment of like, I know it sounds like victimizing myself or like whoever else out there, you know, but artists don't really get that much of anything, honestly, out there. You get some recognition, sure, but how much of it is recognition versus like how much of it is respect? If you had the amount of respect as like Toriyama, for example. Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball Z, the man who is like supposed to have that much respect for like the creation, for what he did and all that, all his works. And then you had immediately day one, like someone just AI generated like a funeral like thing of him, and like it wasn't even him, it was freaking Hayao Miyazaki on that deathbed. Like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, this is the reality of how much artists are respected in like this day and age, or like even I would say in this day and age, because like, god damn it, the Renaissance was the only time when like artists were respected, I swear to god. Yeah, so it just feels that it's, if generative AI fed into like this society, like this is the wrong time for generative AI to come out, because right now what is being seen is that people are very worried about money and like profits and stuff. They see this as a tool to cut out the artists completely. They want it to be cut out the artist completely, but you can't. And just yeah, just make more money out of it, because if we cut out the artist, then that means yeah, one less people to pay, you know, or 1,000 less people to play. We can already see this happening in the games industry, like with the amount of layoffs and like company closures and all that. It doesn't matter what games you make anymore. It doesn't matter what product you make. The only time it matters to the business person, to the people high up there, is if it creates money. They don't care about the 5 fans that like Gollum. Okay, no, I shouldn't use that example. That example's terrible. Like the people who like Hi-Fi Rush, for example, or that kind of thing. They don't see it as like, oh, people love this game. They see it as like, how much money did we make from this game? They see people as money. They see, yeah, it's games have changed nowadays. It's not a creative piece of work. Like, it's not something where the creative piece of work is to be cherished and all that. It's more of how much money can this thing make and all that. Like, millions, billions go into that. And I mean, I understand the costs. I understand there's a lot of money, because game development can take a long time, especially if you want it to be refined and to be good. And with games nowadays demanding more and more attention, the costs are just going up a lot, and there's a lot less automation. Like, I mean there is automation. Like, technology is getting better with like games and stuff. Things are getting more automated and all that, but I feel the one thing that really shouldn't be automated is art. You can have artists utilize tools to help them in their art and stuff, but yeah, I just believe like it, just do so if you have the right mindset, you know. What else do I want to go on to? So that was basically me talking about like how like creative works don't really pay that much anymore. They don't pay that much anymore, like, but at the same time, like, people want it to, like, business people and like whoever, the shareholders and stakeholders, they want it to cost more. Actually, not even them. The common people want it to cost more as well. They want more people to buy things. They want people to buy their NFT weird monkey shit. They will say that, and in the same breath say that art is stupid and like we should just AI art anyway. but please pay for my weird monkey art though. That's the kind of thing. They devalue it, but at the same time, they want the value for it. Like, they don't know what they want. They don't know what they freaking want. I mean, okay, they know what they want. They want money. That's all. They don't care if artists get shot or that kind of thing. They just want money. Because things are just dire, and like, for them, they want a sense of I'm pretty sure, like, okay, sometimes it's not because of greed that people want money, you know? It's because of stability. Like, in a sense, I might be committing a crime now by having joined a company that does have licenses for like generative AI programs. Like, people could say that's a crime. At the very least, I will just at least plead like and say that, like, in my defense, it's because I need to pay for food, I need to pay for a house, I've got a wife to feed. No, it's kind of thing like it's the thing where it's like, you know, like, please spare me, I have a wife and kids, but I'm just like, I have a wife, full stop.
It's also the kid.
No! Wait.
It sounds bad.
No! Not like that. No. I mean, basically, like, the cost of living in our country is it's rough. It's really bad. But yeah. So at the very least, in my defense, I would say that, like, I'm still not using any of those programs. I am working in this job just to get paid, and that's it. And like, that's the thing. I feel that some people, like, they're not inherently bad. Like, say my father-in-law, for example, you know, like, he didn't know there's AI art and he put it up and he's just like, oh, it's AI art, I guess that's that, and that's it. But the thing is that to him, it doesn't really matter that much. For a lot of people, I feel that they see this thing using art and all that, it's, or like all these like crafty methods and like low blows, and it's just their way to survive right now in this world. Like, the world is burning up and it's very apparent, and yeah, I think that these people, like, it's the common people at least, like, they're not really using this for greed, they're using it as sustainability. Even companies, like, they see it as sustainable because to them it's like, yeah, of course, it's like time equals money, and like, they want to, their mind, the narrative that they believe in is that using AI art cut costs and stuff. But yeah, I mean, case by case. It's whether you care about like a game looking good, or like, do you want it to look like utter AI trash mess. Like, they have no idea what it's doing. Yeah, like how fucking Square Enix does it. Yeah, okay, so maybe I talked a lot about it, like enough about AI. I'm not sure. I probably have some more other stuff to say, but like, that's just my thoughts about AI, and like why people close their eyes on this, and why it has been let go to the point where like it's incorporated into our lives in a sense. And sorry, I guess another thing to note is that like, I hate that it's like quote unquote incorporated into our lives, because a lot of like, the moment that generative AI became a thing, companies everywhere with existing like AI systems that are not generative AI has started branding themselves as like, oh yes, we use AI in our stuff and all that kind of thing. And it's not the AI that people are thinking of. It's really not. It's just the same bloody fucking thing. You just rebranded it. It's the same as when health became a very, like, less sugar became used by Coca-Cola or something like that, and then profits rose up, and there's like other companies like what, Milo or some crap, like it's like, oh yeah, we have a less sugar option, or like milk was like, oh, less cholesterol or some crap, and I'm just like, yeah, you guys weren't doing this for, like, you guys were not doing this for the benefit of people. You guys are doing this for your profits. Like, if this bad didn't happen, you guys wouldn't have done this at all. You guys never like care. Like, the only reason you see this is like as a product, and it's a marketing tool for you, and like it's a way to get money, more money. That's it. You didn't care about health at all. So shut up, don't get a freaking high horse and crap. Freaking Milo. So to me, talking about like the reason I draw and the reason I've done this and started this is because I do. It's kind of like how, like, I saw that one quote going around which was like, dystopias aren't meant to be a prediction of like what is going to happen to the world, but rather it's more a comment on like, and a critique on like the current state of the world and like what it could become if things are let go too far. And it's that sort of like warning in a sense, or like exploration into like what will happen if things go too far and all that, like with the state of the world. It's a commentary on the current state of the world rather than like predicting the future. That's the TLDR. And so with that in mind, with like fiction, basically Project Meteorite, this thing that I'm doing right now, is sort of my commentary on like all these things. It's my way to express myself and like my sort of like anger at the current state of things. So like how do I say this? Shit. Wasn't there some news where scientists managed to invent this thing based on a dystopian movie? I feel like a lot of times it's like sometimes that might, but the thing they made was what started the dystopia. Huh?
Like basically, the movie was called like, I think the movie had some name that was like don't invent the thing, and then the news was like, scientists have invented this thing from the movie, don't invent thing. So it was really funny. And like, and you're like hearing it like,
yeah, like, I mean, yeah, I don't, that feels like I'm gonna go into like the whole AI thing again, but like I don't want to. I mean, if I want to touch on it, it's just like I feel that like there are some AI people, like believers of the AI thing, where like they kind of just want to see the world burn. They don't care that like they're like 4chan users or something. They're like they don't care that like the world's going to shit already. They kind of just want to see, like, they know that this is bad. They know that it's terrible. They just want to see it burn. Like they're like, oh yeah, AI going to take over the world, the robots, and like it's cause of like people's leniency that like it kind of is, at least for us. And but oh my god, shit, that's a chicken. Hello and good evening to you too. Konbanwa. Yeah, I feel that this Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna say that. Yeah, the generative AI is the robo apocalypse, but yeah, and like people want to fund it because like they want to see the world burn or that kind of shit. All right, so basically the reason why I wanted to do this project Michi, yeah, Michi Odai Project Meteorite, is my expression at the angle of this world, and the story that I thought of it is in a sense where I don't really know how much to say because this will like talk a lot about my story and stuff, but basically I want to go on about how I didn't design a character that's just a funny VTuber, ha 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 ha, that kind of thing, and like, oh, artist, so there must be a tablet pen somewhere or something like that incorporated to the design, all that. I'm sorry if I'm not shitting on anyone. It's just like me personally, like what I want to do with this character, and is that the way I design Michi is that she's a hero. The tokusatsu thing is honestly, I mean, okay, I'll go back to the tokusatsu thing like a little bit later, but I designed her, not myself, but her to be a hero because like I don't see it as myself. I don't see myself as Michi. Me and Michi are two different people. This is actually weird, but yes, just assume that I'm a soul possessing Michi right now. I'm sorry to take you out of the immersion, but I guess the story has ghosts now. Ooh. Yeah, the way I see it is that, like, you know, I want to have this story about this hero who how to say, Pandu, who has this is gonna sound so cheesy. I'm sorry, this is gonna sound so cheesy. This hero who has a confirm I'm the hunter. What? You didn't tell me you died. What? No. There can be only one mint ghost.
Mint ass.
Mint ass?
Mint second.
Wow. Mint ass. Wait. Yeah, so this is gonna sound really cheesy, but like how I wrote the story, my story of Michi is that she's a hero who is from another world, and she's someone who watched the earth and humanity, and she grew to love humanity, and when she came to the world, it was in a when she arrived on earth, it's in the future and it's a really dire state because of the kaijus and stuff. And the kaijus are a problem, but the way I see it is that the kaijus are basically how we see how I would compare it is to modern day is that like it's my way of imagining catastrophes and like all the bad things in the world, you know, that like people aren't involved in. It's so over the top and it's so crazy. Like there's a war happening now and like I can be watching Netflix and like that's absolutely crazy. And like so this like the kaiju is that kind of like comparison is like it's something that's so over the top and it's like I'm so far removed from it and like people in the world are so far removed from it. Like it's but they feel the shockwaves and they feel the like the seismic repercussions and all that kind of thing. And it's a post-apocalyptic like kind of setting, and I imagine that the city is actually a place that is that was left to fend for themselves, and I'm kind of trailing off. So the city and the people were like left to fend for themselves, and like they didn't have a hero. And so basically they've kind of changed, like society has changed and the mentality has changed to in like they focus a lot on like resources and survivability more than like enjoyment or anything like that, or anything that's non-material. Oh, I mean, they love everything materialistic and like they don't care about anything non-materialistic. And so that's the kind of world that like Michi has arrived to. It's not the humanity that she might have like loved to see like when she came to Earth, but rather a very broken like humanity. And it will test her resolve, and I want to show that like she is a hero, and like she will bring like she in a way will like kind of like it's more than just the kaiju bashing and killing. It's more than that. It's like that she has to change society and like bring humanity back, you know, and like make them see that like we have to remember what we're fighting for and what we're surviving for, and just don't forget that sometimes it's better to choose to live rather than just to survive. Okay, that was so cheesy. Sneeze. 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 Yeah, like that was like as much of like the story themes that I had in mind going forward with this. Like, I mean, originally I had this as like, oh, I just want to have a fun passion project and stuff. But then I think as the sometimes it's sometimes it's more important to choose to live rather than to survive. Hey, don't quote that. Shut up. This bench. What's up, you guys? Good morning. Wait, is it morning? No, it's not 12 midnight yet. Shut up. It is morning somewhere in the world, I guess. Yeah. Good morning, Yuna. Yeah, so originally I started this project as something where it's like I just want to draw some cool thing, and like I liked this sketch and concept of the character that I had like since university. So I wanted to expand on it. I wanted to like try live 2D and expand my skills as well. But as things develop and like generative AI got used and all that. Yes, my OC only do not steal. Yeah, as things went on, I just got, and like, you know, I was thinking like I was really inspired by like Arknights, you know, in the sense where like it does show this like dystopian world, and like the societies in like each countries in there have flaws and all that. There's people that are unhappy on both sides, and like they're clashing with one another. And Rose Island is not really it's like the savior is like there are people with good intentions and they want to come in and like help and all that. So I was really inspired by that, and I wanted to create something like that. Like, I think for the longest time I always wanted to have something that's akin to like Pixie Fantasia. That's why, and like that's where Arknights came from, and so I was just inspired by that. So I want to create a project for myself, and that I create myself for it. Plaster watermarks all over, plaster watermarks all over my face, and everyone should play Arknights. But yes, that's right. That's right. Play Arknights. Read the stories, not like me. I read some of the stories. I'm just there's a lot to read, but I will have to read a lot more of them. I want to read them because the Arknight stories do not miss. They do not. Yeah, and it's inspired me to do this. For the tokusatsu aspect, I've said it in a previous stream when I said it in a previous stream in like on my final stream, like drawing the fan art for Monaco 55. But the tokusatsu aspect of my character is basically one thing is that when I first designed Michi, when I first designed myself, like that was back in university. That was in the craze of Overwatch. I just based her kind of loosely, and also Captain Marvel. Wait, Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel. Oops. Is her name Captain Marvel? Are you sure about that? Is it? No, it is Captain Marvel. I was just, cause I was thinking, I watched the show, I'm like thinking like, why was she captain? Cause there was another person above her, did she just take his rank or like, she just punched him and just like, I'm captain now. I'm like, were you not captain before? And I was just like, you know, like Captain, how Captain America got his name. I can't remember how she got the rank captain. It's like, I mean, it's better than squad leader America, like Marvel, I guess. Yeah. Oh my God, ditties! Wow! No. I'm drawing ditties. I'm drawing TDs. No. Yeah, but basically when I was like drawing the concept for her, like it was in the craze of like Overwatch and Captain Marvel, and I was like, oh, I like Captain Marvel's like outfit design. I wanted to like sort of replicate that, and I was just like, oh, I wanted to replicate like Tracer's like goggles and stuff, and like I designed this character to do ZBrush on. You will never see it. You will never see it until I get like 10,000 followers or some shit like that on Twitch. So that's a big never. I can see the Tracer inspo. Yeah, definitely right. Like I literally just take that shit. Bam. Tracer. I mean, wait, why didn't you zoom out for this? Like I'm just myself.
You're a tracer.
Like, I'm a tracer.
Yeah.
And I also took like inspiration from Cyborg 009 also. Like it's an anime that I didn't watch, but I was like, oh, I saw the trailer for it or like the art for it, and I was like, oh, that looks cool. I like that. I like the scarf thing also. Like Strider Hiryu had that, all that, and I was just like, you know, I wanted to do a scarf character, and just like I drew that. There's a lot of things that I'm a big fan of, and then I find out you never played them. Yes, it's true. Like I was a fan of JoJo before I watched JoJo. I mean, I feel like a lot of people are like that as well. Come on, no, come on. This come on. There's so many people out there who's like JoJo, like fans of JoJo, but like they never watch the JoJo, that kind of thing. Come on. What a fate. Yeah, I'm a Nisei Mono. A Nisei Monogatari. But yeah, back then those were my inspirations for Michi. I did not intend for her to be tokusatsu. I did not really. The most that I've seen of tokusatsu during that time was that I saw art of like, I think Keitai Kotaki or something like that, if I remember the artist's name correctly, that they drew the Kamen Riders with like jackets over them and stuff, and they were doing cool poses, and it looked really cool. That's pretty much it. I did like the, okay, I would take the scarf, and like I want to do like maybe it can be a cool rider thing, but it was like really a lot closer to like the Cyborg 009 thing. Then it was just that ZBrush project, and that was the end of it. And like the only time that it popped back up was like during my portfolio module, and I used it for my branding. I used Michi for branding last time, and that was it. And then 5 years later, 4 years later, I just got, you know, when I was watching VTubers and stuff, I started thinking like, oh, no, also Minz was like, man, you should stream. I wish you stream. You say such stupid stuff, and I'm just like, what the hell? I don't want to stream. And just like that got me thinking about it's true. Yeah. I like Michi wouldn't have existed without Minz. That's right. That's true. I was inspired by this bitch, but I did not watch her anime. In fact, I did not read her book. I'm sorry. I will sadly roll off one night looking forward to seeing the finish lines. Thank you, Kay. I'm not going to finish the lines tonight. There's no way. But thank you so much. Mince Chi, that's also what some friends call me. What? Hey. Wait, really? I guess he does. I guess so. Yeah, I'm a fake, I'm a fraud, I'm sorry. I didn't read her book. Yeah, in fact, I didn't even buy the book. No. But you know what, if you guys want to be true, then you guys can buy her book and read it for realsies. It's on her shop.
Everyone there.
Good night, Kay.
Everyone there in the chat bought and read my book and said, you.
Where there's there. And there's no one else is there. Yeah, shill to Mince. So basically, like, it's through her motivation that like encouragement that like I got to streaming. What? Shout out to Mince. Shout out to Minsu. Yeah. That's what it says. Yeah, that I can stream my stupidity, and I hope you guys find me stupid, but also cool. I'm cool also. I swear. I'm drawing cool stuff. I hope you think that's cool. If you like my cool streams, please give me a follow and like subscribe. No, I don't have subscription yet. I need to get more average viewers. What was I gonna say? Yeah, okay, so I really went into like talking about tokusatsu and just like 84 years ago Michi was but a thought. And like, yeah, so I really shouldn't have talked so much about that. In the end, like I yapped and yapped, but basically the tokusatsu aspect of myself is something that just came into fruition when I was like, you know what, I want to think about like the scarf thing a lot more, and I was just like, okay, the scarf thing. So Kamen Rider, and just like I never watched the Kamen Rider series like back then at all. And at this, while I was making, and when I was creating Michi, I was also watching Kamen Rider 01 at the same time, and it was by that I was also getting more inspiration of like, okay, what are the themes that I want to touch on as a tokusatsu hero, that kind of thing. What's more of it to me. Like before that, like my only thought back then when I first drafted this character was that also One Punch Man was also streaming at the time, I think. I say streaming, but like that was before Netflix even thing. One Punch Man was like around, so I designed Michi kind of like that, where like she was battling like big kaiju monsters. I was like, oh, why do I want like Superman or something to fight kaiju, all that kind of thing? And just like, yeah, Superman as well. I have a ton of inspiration. Bleh. Yeah, so I was watching Kamen Rider as well. That gave me an inspiration, and that's one of the tokusatsu parts about me. The other tokusatsu parts that I would say, that I said in the previous stream, is that like to me, tokusatsu is the practical effects, and like you being able to see the process and like be able to like, you know, they pride themselves on the practical effects and works. And to me, that's like one of the things of tokusatsu that I find endearing and like something that I am inspired by. So that's why I drew my own model, I created my own model, and like that is the work in progress of it. And I'm still work in progress. I'm still going to do my 2.0 version one day. And like it's been 3 months of me streaming. I need to set goals for myself and like where this project is headed to as well. And yeah, so as the journey goes on, as I go on streaming, I hope you guys can see and like follow me and like watch as like I go through all these quote-unquote practical effects and like go like generative AI is not going to die out. It's true. I just want to be here, and like if people are watching me, then I hope that I can inspire people and like let people know that like, you know, there is a lot more to art than just the results. There's more to it that brings joy than just money and numbers and like just having something that looks cool, because just having something that looks cool is, we need to look beyond that, you know. Like when I was looking through Monaco 55's like fan arts and stuff, you know, I felt that like my fan art did not look that great, even though it was rendered. I would say like I'm proud of the rendering. It's because I would say that it doesn't have as much expression as some of the other art. There's some art out there in the fan art that doesn't look as good as, okay, this sounds very mean to say. I'm saying this not in a mean way. I don't mean to harm like I don't mean anything harmful by it, but some of the rendering is quite simple. Oh, bless you. Hey, do you need to drink water? Some of their rendering is quite simple comparatively, but the thing is that like what I like to see when I see art and like fan arts and stuff is that I can tell the thought behind it, that like they have this concept when they were drawing this. So like even though the art doesn't look as great, I like the concept of it. I like that it expressed the character in this like scenario and like this background and all that kind of thing, like through this pose and action and stuff. I like that. To me, that is what I find is good art. Is that you can tell the thoughts behind it, and like that is what I would give my highest rating to. That's where I'll give my points to. Because I feel like at this time, like, you know, generative AI is not going to leave. It's going to stay and it's going to get better. We can try to lie to ourselves and laugh it off as like, oh yeah, they're gonna keep making mistakes and like it can't render grass properly, or like people or like dogs have like 9 hits or something like that. But it's going to get better, not because it thinks, but because people are just stupid but smart, I guess. And I think like it's important to not lose sight of what it is to like create art, what makes art good, why people draw art, why do I draw art. Is because I find that joy in it, and I think that like there's value in it, and like keeping to it, and like I think it's an injustice. I'll put myself on like the high pedestal here, in a sense where like fuck you, like you are the kaiju that I punch, like the freaking son of a bitch who doesn't take in, like who would rather trample on like other artists and stuff. Like not other artists, like you aren't even an artist yourself, you claim to be one and you're trampling on other artists and like you're hurting them, and like it's just for like views and likes and like your money grubbing and AI stupid NFT shit. And it's just like, fuck you. I actually wish I could punch your teeth out. I would put myself on a higher pedestal than those generative AI fucks. And that's why Michi is a punch girl too. Yippee! No, that's not the reason why. I just love punch girls. Yeah, that's the kind of content that I want to bring. Like, I sound very full of it, like trying to be a hero and such, but like if I don't call myself as something like in spirit with a like a hero connotation, as something like a inspirational like figure, then I'm going to be overshadowed by, you know, AI art and like people with like bad intentions and stuff. So I want to stick with like the hero shtick, if it means that like it can be sort of like a beacon for like people to be like come in and like, you know, hope that, you know, they see what I do, and like we don't have to rely on like AI to like do all these things. You can find joy in it yourself if you learn, if you give it some time. Like, we are here for you, we artists are here for you. Just empathize with us, you know, and like, you know, it's not magic. You can produce magic as well if you take the time to learn and like do all this practical stuff, and like putting in the I swear, like putting in the human thought is far better than like whatever the machine is doing. The machine doesn't think. All you care about is the results, and like maybe you should stop running for things. I know the world is like in a really dire state, and you're like in a real, you really want to have all the money in the world and like all the likes and recognition by Mr. Elon Musk, sir. But the faster you run, you're going to trip and fall, and like you're gonna end up with like a really bad bruise. Okay, okay, I know. You're always like telling me about that, but yeah. I just find that like, you know, sometimes it's good to stop first, just take a breather, and like, you know, just enjoy some things as they are, you know. Remember that like you're not just trying to survive just to, you know, breathe and all that kind of thing. You're trying to survive to live, right? You're trying to like live, like you're surviving because you want to have hope. Yep. Okay, now I still sound like I'm talking to people, but yeah. I mean, it doesn't really have to be art also, you know, like in a sense, to me it's how I game sometimes. Like if it's apparent enough, that's how I play Monster Hunter World, you know, and that's how I play Monster Hunter. I purposely didn't choose to go for the Defender set because I wanted to go through Monster Hunter World again, even though it's my second time playing it. I didn't want to like beat my way to like the Heaven's Ward expansion. Sorry, Iceborne, you know, of Monster Hunter World. Like I wanted to enjoy the monsters as they were in low rank, and like the progression up to then, like making the weapons and like learning the systems all over again, and like just feeling the excitement, and also like taking the time to like go in and hunt the monsters, track them down, gather up, like making friends with the cats and all that. Like when I see people play like Monster Hunter World and like they're speeding through the Defender sets, I mean namely the VTubers and stuff, I'm like, I get why they do that, because they need more time for other things. They are very busy people. They can't spend as much time on Monster Hunter World as I can. They have to get to the content and clear the game as fast as possible. But for me, the way I see it is that this is not a game where you need to reach the end game. It's a game where you need to enjoy like the small things. There's all these endemic lives, there's all these small things that the developers have put in and all that kind of thing, all these small things. There's even rarities to the endemic life. There's the way, like if you look up, you can see that the Rotten Veil is a giant like Dalamadur like skeleton. There's lore and everything to every place, and they don't tell you that. Sometimes you just need to stop and look. And like, yeah, I think there needs to be like more value and emphasis like put in on these kind of things. Yeah, and I feel that people definitely do want that. Like, they do seek out for that stuff, because like, you know, when people are looking at Monster Hunter Wilds, like their trailers, they were like, oh, why is it just a sandy place? Oh, and they started becoming scared by the scripted events, because they're wondering like, is it just going to be a very streamlined and forceful nature of like, oh, the developers will just make you play this one thing, and like they didn't show like the player making any choices to like, oh, I want to hunt this monster. Like, they were afraid that like it's going to be a Resident Evil type deal where you're like following the story very strictly, in a sense. So people are vocal about that, and they do want that. So that's the thing. Like, I'm convinced that people aren't that bad. That they can be convinced. It's just that, you know, sometimes people need to be a bit more self-aware at like where they are now, you know. It's just like, catch yourself and just like, okay, hold on. I know you have those like investings and like dailies and like whatnot, or like going to the gym or everything, but just like, you know, just stop first and just analyze yourself and like think about some things. And like, I know it's scary, because like when you think about some things, it becomes very stressful to think about. Like, I start thinking about taxes and all that kind of crap, and like stuff that I haven't done. Yeah, so I understand that like the silence can be deafening, but we need to find, like, I know people are like looking for like some solace in the world, and like sometimes you kind of had the solace all along. It's just whether you had the choice whether you wanted to like stop and like smell the roses or not. Yeah. Okay, I'm rambling a lot now. It's 12:10. But I don't have to go to office tomorrow. Weep. Weep. Yeah, I'm not really planning to draw all of this. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, like it's good to have a goal and like chung through to it and like do it fast and like get it over with and stuff and all that. But like, I feel like with the state of the world is now, everyone is very anxious, everyone's very anxiety induced, and I feel like it's not good for people, and especially like, I'm afraid for like children nowadays are like, even they have that mentality, and it's just like, you're only this young and you have like this anxiety and stuff. Like, I know, like, I mean, kids have anxiety, but it's just like, because of like the information overload nowadays, it's kind of concerning. Yeah, okay, but I mean, there's another like sort of tangent that I don't really want to get into, because I have no kids. We know no kids. I don't know what's a kid. What is that? Yeah, I don't really have much of a place to like talk about the psychology of like children and like people all that much. It's just some stuff that I've observed. I'm sorry if I overstep some boundaries. Walls are kids. Oh well, my wall is gonna grow up. Oh, which reminds me that eventually, I think leading up to Dawn Trail, I am... Oh, I didn't finish drawing the hair. I was just going down this line, huh? Leading up to Dawn Trail, I do want to prepare some glamours for my froth lady, my femme froth gal. And like, I do want to prepare at least a monk pose or something like that for a new triple triad for my wall. Goodbye, Benaru. Yeah, his sister is like coming in now. And I have a whole story on that I've not told Mince as well, because I have it all in my head and I want it to be reviewed, and like Mince gonna be, what the fuck? What the fuck? She didn't win, yeah. Yeah. Oh, Michi is going to chug the Fanta, yeah. No, but Naru's gonna chug the Fanta and he's gonna change. Goodbye, fellow Lala. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I've forsaken the Lala kind. But I mean, okay, no, the way I'm thinking of it is that like Venaru is not gone, you know, he's just retired, or he has other stuff to do. I don't know, or maybe he's like, you know, maybe he's accompanying there, but like I want to put the spotlight on like my Femprof instead. So maybe he's not entirely gone. I have yet to see, like, I mean, maybe Dontro's story, like I would want him in it. So yeah, okay. So I'm planning for that. I still have to do that. I want to sleep. So I want to sleep. I haven't really gotten a good sleep. I just been sleeping on the rides home, and it's just like I'm dying. Oh yeah, the small hair spangly things. I forgot about that. Shit, I need to do that. No. If I stream, when is the next time I'll stream? I was wondering whether. What? Oh yeah, I'm not robbing your Ace Attorney. Yeah, the weekend is going to have Ace Attorney. We're gonna go back into Ace Attorney. It's been so damn long. I want to get back into Ace Attorney. Like one last case, one final case of like game 2, and yeah, we're going to go back into that over the weekend. I don't know if Saturday or Sunday is good. Do we have any plans on Saturday besides my fan? Okay. Oh wow, that's a cool. She looks really cute too. Oh. Minz is drawing up some cool stuff. We'll just you guys wait. Ooh, AA time. Yeah. So the weekend, probably Saturday might be busy this weekend, but if I'm free, I'll hop in. Thank you, Yuna. Have a have a good weekend though. Yeah. It's alright. Like weekends when a lot of people are busy. But for me, it's like we're gonna be busy, like streaming a long time of Ace Attorney. So that'll be on Saturday. I'm wondering whether to stream anything tomorrow just because, just because. Like I feel excited to get back into more streaming, like variety stuff now. I don't know if I will stream more Monster Hunter World. I'm very hesitant to start anything new right before Dontro, because like the moment Dontro's like comes on, I'm gonna be on that for like at least a week. So well, Monster Hunter Stories only comes out tomorrow. Tomorrow / well, for us it will be Saturday. I don't think it will be tomorrow because mine is the Canadian store. So it will be out on or even Sunday even. So it's but the date is like 15. 12 p.m. Saturday?
No, 12 p.m.
Oh, really? Oh. Yeah. Okay. Maybe. Yeah, I could. I'm thinking because they have the digital version of Monster Hunter Stories, but I want to have like a physical edition in case like Mince wants to play it because it's a good game, but or maybe I can play Monster Hunter Stories 1 and like she can watch me, and it is like if it's cool and like she thinks she wants to play it, then she can play Monster Hunter Stories 2. I didn't stream Monster Stories 2 for you, did you?
I watched a bit, but not.
Right,
That's why
right.
you finished it.
Huh?
You never finished it.
I finished Monster Stories, Mon Stories too. Yeah, it's just that I didn't do the end game stuff with the Elder Dragons. But yeah. So maybe if Monster Hunter Stories comes out tomorrow at 12, then I will. Then I will. Wait, by tomorrow, do you mean like Friday or Saturday?
Oh wait.
Yeah,
Okay,
just 12 minutes. Okay. Then yeah, I think we're definitely not gonna get Monster Hunter Stories on this Friday. So, Friday tomorrow I'll think of what to stream. Maybe I might do a really short indie or go back into Worlds or play FF14 because I still need to settle that glamour. Actually, I might do FF14 after all. Last sighting of Venaru. The final setting of the potato. Yeah, so maybe I'll do that. I could take a break. No, I'm just excited with streaming, man. Yeah, but I could always take a break and draw more stuff off stream. Yeah. Okay. So the next art stream you'll see me probably coloring this. Or maybe I'll color it off like off stream, I don't know. Okay, that's it. I gotta sleep. It's already 12:19. I already stayed up like long enough. Thank you guys for coming to the stream. I hope you enjoyed me yapping and talking about Monster Hunter Wilds and the reason I draw and like shitting on the AI and stuff. Yeah, thank you for listening to me for that, and thank you for the raiders who came from Neo Monstrum's stream. Please check him out. He is another Tokusatsu VTuber as well. That's really cool. He has a really cool suit. Yeah, please check him out. Please check out Mince as well. Minsu. Well, I mean, I guess the people here already know her. Thank you for coming to the stream. Alright, goodbye. I will have to go off now. So long, everyone. Bye bye. Good night. What's the Michi outro?
Michi oyasumi.
Michi oyasu. Michotsu. Okari. What? Otsukare. Okay, bye bye. Bye, everyone. Hazukashi.